Okay, and welcome to Lockport, New York, up near Buffalo, New York, and we are gonna hopefully bring you, without interruption, the game Mid-Fairfield 2010 versus the St. Louis Blues. And if some of the parents are at home streaming this, we apologize we didn't put out the link, but hopefully the parents have figured out where it is on YouTube. And if you could do me a favor, parents at home, if you could comment on the parent chat, just making sure that you have video and audio. So if a couple of you could comment and say that it's coming through or it's not coming through, we would highly appreciate that. Unfortunately, we are missing our leader here on the audio-visual side of things, and so we were scrambling to get things done. Greg Scranton had to go back to work today, so he was unable to be with us, so we miss him dearly, but hopefully we've managed to get things going. So in net today, Joe Violante will be in net, and Mid-Fairfield right now stands at 1-2 over the weekend. A tough game against the Philly Junior Flyers yesterday, a 6-0 loss for Mid-Fairfield. And we're going to get started here against the Blues. So we are minus Kai Scranton today. And we have seen the Blues once before. I believe it was a 4-4 tie. So these are fairly evenly matched squads. And win by Mid-Fairfield goes back to Zoo, feathers it over. Dumped off in a corner. Out in front, Violante, and now off to the side goes O'Neill and Picaro. Blues up with it and dumped off in the corner. Vartanian chases and Zoo dumps it out. Malefus loses the handle and dumps into the St. Louis zone, causing an offside.
Just watch it because it's pulling it in front of the camera.
Okay.
Well, it's actually just getting in front of it.
Okay. So we've got Hannah at the center position with Johnston and Ludke. Win by Mid-Fairfield. Yoon tries to feather it over to Hannah, turned over in the neutral zone. Ludke back up with it. Gets it to Schwartz, who dumps in. St. Louis now controls and throws it out of the zone. You now got to race back. Hot pursuit by a St. Louis player, but there's going to be an icing here. Excuse me, folks. Sorry about that. So Hannah at the face-off. Win by Hannah out to Yoon. Yoon winds up, shoots, doesn't get through to the goalie. St. Louis in control, but stolen by Yoon. Tried to connect to Johnson, unable to do so. Schwartz dumps in. St. Louis back up with the puck, but turned over again. Schwartz tries to dump it in, steals the puck. Out to Klingenstein's shot, and it's gloved by the St. Louis goalkeeper.
This guy.
Correa with the win, out to Klingenstein. Klingenstein's shot doesn't hit the net. Ruff up with it. Feathers it over to Beck along the boards. Beck in pursuit, throws it out to O'Neill. Correa now up with it, shot, and into the glove of the goalkeeper from St. Louis. All right, and thank you, parents, for telling us this is working so we can survive without Mr. Scranton. It's not easy, but we can. So we'll try to bring you all the action here. Turned over in the neutral zone, puck goes skipping off into the corner. Klingenstein flips it out. Stuck along the board, shot onto Violante. Klingenstein back up with it. Feathers it to Beck, over to Correa, who tries getting it up to Ruff. Mishandles the puck and into the St. Louis zone. St. Louis breaks it out into the neutral zone, but Zoo's there, dumps it back in. Heckel and Vartanian able to keep it into the St. Louis zone. Heckel gives chase, hammers the player along the glass. Puck's turned over back to St. Louis. Cross ice. Turnovers back and forth with both teams, unable to gain possession very long. Okay, and there's going to be a delayed penalty on mid-Fairfield. And Zoo will stop play here. So at 13:48 left in the first period, mid-Fairfield will go on their first power play of the day, or penalty kill of the day. I'll get things straight, and Braden Heckel is going to head to the penalty box here. And it's a cross-checking.
I'm missing the corner. Thank you. Yeah,
Sorry, folks. So your first penalty killers, Malefus is out there with Kakaro, Hannah, and Zoo. Win by Malefus over to Kakaro. Not far enough. St. Louis keeps it in the zone out to the blue line. Malefus harassing the puck handler. St. Louis taking their time behind Violante. Picaro now gives chase. Out in front, but Zoo's there to intercept the pass. But now Zoo's hauled down to the ice. Puck on the side, the net. Violante is able to stick it away. Malefus with a good stick lift, harassing the player. And now Malefus is going to go off. Violante with a save with a blocker, but now mid-Fairfield's going to be down another player. Save by Violante off the pad, and we'll stop play here. 12:34 left in the first period. Mid-Fairfield's digging itself a big hole here. Roughing penalty on Malefus. So mid-Fairfield almost immediately is going to be on a 5-on-3 for the next 47 seconds. Rough out there with O'Neill and Yoon. Yoon tries to force the puck out. Nice play by the St. Louis player. Shot. It's gloved by Violante.
It's 38 seconds on the first.
St. Louis with the win. D-to-D pass. Shot. It's blocked to the side by St. Louis. Deflected off a St. Louis player. Back out to the point again. Another shot. Doesn't hit the net this time. St. Louis still back up with it. Player falls down. Yoon now up with the puck. Yoon races into the neutral zone. Yoon now on the net. Shot. And it's off the padding of the goalkeeper. So one penalty is killed off of Violante's glove. Heckel's out of the box now, and Heckel manages to force the puck off into the corner.
Heckel just got dragged down.
Heckel now just got dragged down, so St. Louis will go off. And there's a delayed penalty. Mid-Fairfield now with the puck. Heckel now, he's got one man to beat. Shot off the stick of the St. Louis goalkeeper. So Mid-Fairfield, with Braden Heckel forcing the issue, erases one of the penalties from St. Louis. And they'll now head to the box for interference on Heckel. 11:23 left in the first period. So the teams will skate four aside. You've got Ludke out there with Hannah. Johnston and Heckel are your four. Heckel up with the puck. Back to Ludke. Ludke pinches in. And the puck's turned over. Into the mid-Fairfield zone. Oh, they had an open net on Violante, but couldn't hit the net. So Mid-Fairfield regroups in the neutral zone. Johnston now looks to get set up. Back and forth, the turnovers go. Johnston now with a pass to Ludke. Shot doesn't hit the net. High. Heckel back up with it. Slides it over to Johnston. Back to Heckel. Heckel pinches in. Shot. Loose out in front. Nice save by the goalkeeper. Malefus with a shot. The Mid-Fairfield's unable to keep the zone. Heckel now up with the puck at his own blue line. Turns it over to a St. Louis player. Saved by Violante. The puck is still loose. Net's cut. The net came off. It's mooring. So the St. Louis player with a great poke check to dislodge the puck from Heckel, who's skating through his own zone, came in on Violante, who was just able to get his pad down. So Mid-Fairfield dodging a bullet right there. Ruff up with the puck now. Loses the handle. Oh, nice play by Correa to steal the puck up in the air. Gets a shot on there. Zoo over to Caccaro. Caccaro winds up, shot blockered up into the netting. 9:30 left. 7 seconds left in the penalty to St. Louis, so Mid-Fairfield will have a very short opportunity to cash in on the power play. Correa now at center with Ruff and Beck. Out to Caccaro. Caccaro pitches in, shot, loose out in front. St. Louis now stretches the ice, long pass into the Mid-Fairfield zone behind Violante. Oh, and St. Louis is going to go off for a hit on Caccaro. So right away, an interference call on St. Louis. So both teams getting into the penalty box with great frequency in the first few minutes. Ref talking to the St. Louis player, explaining what he did wrong. So Mid-Fairfield will head back right into a power play chance. So Johnston at center. He's got Malefus out there with Heckel. Win by Mid-Fairfield, but unable to keep the zone between Zoo and Caccaro. They let the puck go through them. I'm sorry, folks, about this cough. Malefus skates through a few players. Malefus looks to set up shop. Circles behind the net, out to Zoo, out to Caccaro, out to Johnston. Johnston wheels around, shot off the goalie's shoulder. Mid-Fairfield unable to keep it in the zone. Caccaro has to retreat back into his own zone to pick up the rolling puck. Johnston now enters the zone. He's got Picaro there streaking in, leaves it for Heckel, big shot, and a save by the goalkeeper. 8:07 left in the first period. 1:02 left in the penalty to St. Louis. So Hannah wins out to O'Neill. Hannah back over to Schwarz, back to Hannah. So Ludke up with it. St. Louis with a good penalty kill here, knocks the puck out of their own zone. Hannah forced to retreat. Ruff now up with it, streaks down the glass, hits the brakes, taps, leaves for O'Neill. O'Neill leaves for Ludke. Ludke back up the top. Schwarz over to Hannah, back to Ludke. Shot, loose out in front. Hannah turns around, unable to hit the net. Mid Fairfield still with possession. Nope, turns it over now into the corner for St. Louis. So St. Louis effectively kills off the Mid Fairfield power play opportunity. And now they've got a breakaway down on Violante. Shot, and doesn't hit the net. Puck turned over in the neutral zone. St. Louis back up with it into the Mid Fairfield zone. Schwarz tries to tap it out. St. Louis, though, keeps it back in behind Violante and thrown high up into the air. So we're going to stop play here at 6:08 left in the first period. Still tied at 0. Both teams with a couple of scoring opportunities, but lots of penalties so far in the first period. Correa at center, he's got Beck here and Johnston. Correa is thrown out. Johnston in. Win by Mid Fairfield over to Yoon. And there's going to be another offside here. So coach will run with the same group here. Nice play by Johnston to keep the puck in. Goes skipping to the side of the net. St. Louis looks to break out. Klingenstein gets a stick on it. Correa, the beneficiary, picks up the loose puck into the St. Louis zone. Throws a shot that's sticked aside by the goalkeeper. Errant pass, and Klingenstein's able to throw it back into the neutral zone. Johnston feeds Beck. Beck tries to get it to Correa, but stick check by St. Louis frees him of the puck. Cross-ice pass. St. Louis enters the Mid Fairfield zone. Tries to put a shot in the, or a pass in the slot, unable to connect. Now Johnston races into the St. Louis zone. Tries to feed Beck. No shot on net though, and St. Louis recovers. Bounding puck, and St. Louis now with a 2-on-1 shot, and unable to hit the net. So Mid Fairfield dodges another bullet. Bent out in front of Violante again. Violante with a nice save and keeps it out. So Mid Fairfield able to escape a couple of tight jams right there. Violante with a nice save on the ice, sprawling out to keep it out of the net. But Mid-Fairfield gave up a 2-on-1 opportunity. St. Louis player unable to hit the net. Malefis at center. Slides it over to Vartanian, back to Heckel, to Malefis. Oh, and Yanni Malefis just throws a puck up and it deflects off of a St. Louis defenseman and past the St. Louis goalkeeper. So Mid-Fairfield with a bit of puck luck at 4:05 left in the first period. Yanni Malefis just threw, looked like to be a pass over to the other side of the ice and just deflect off the St. Louis defenseman. Was not expecting that. So Mid-Fairfield up 1-0. Vartanian throws into the corner. Vartanian leaves it for Heckel. Malefis dumps back to Heckel. Heckel now up with it. Over to Malefis. Malefis, nice shot off the pad of the goalkeeper. St. Louis player lost it. Now Yoon over to Heckel. Heckel weaves around, gives it to Vartanian out in front. Unable to get a stick out it. Back to Yoon, shot in the stomach of the St. Louis goalkeeper. 3:16 left in the first period. So Hannah to face off with Ruff and Ludke. O'Neill races over, unable to keep it in. And here comes St. Louis. Klingenstein back. St. Louis out in front of Violante and beats Violante over the shoulder. So St. Louis strikes.
That was off.
Oh, wait, hold on, folks. I think the refs are talking about it. The net was off. So no goal. So Mid-Fairfield again with some luck here early on in the first period, calling it no goal. So the ref is over there talking to the St. Louis coach, and he's naturally upset with the decision. I'll say one thing, as being a goalie parent, the moorings come off very easy in this rink. I don't think there was any intent from Joe to knock the netting off, but clearly it was off. But the refs are calling this no goal. So Mid-Fairfield, again with some luck in this first period. Hannah now with a win. Tries to get the puck to Ruff, but stolen shot, and it's gloved by Violante. So 2:55 left in the first period. Mid-Fairfield up 1-0. Hannah at the face-off. He's got Kakaro out there with Zoo. Ruff and Ludke. Win by St. Louis. Ludke now passes it. Tries to feed Johnston. He's got rough out in front off the goalie's pads, and here comes St. Louis. St. Louis is going to have some numbers here. Puck turned over just at the top of the face-off circle, though. Mid-Fairfield races out. Puck turned over again. So St. Louis players down right now on the ice, but looks to be okay after a collision. The mid-Fairfield player. Correa at center. He's got Beck and Johnston there. Correa and the St. Louis player get thrown out. Shores and Yoon out on D. Shores retreats. Over to Beck. Cross ice to Johnston. He's got Correa with him. Shot way high. Turned over in the neutral zone. Shores taps back. St. Louis forced to retreat in their own zone. And now the puck gets wildly thrown to the opposite corner. St. Louis gets there first. Turns it over to mid-Fairfield. Tries to get it out of the zone, but St. Louis there to stop the puck from exiting the mid-Fairfield zone behind Violante. Thrown into the corner. Shot. Misses the net. Another shot misses the net. Goes whistling out of the zone into the St. Louis zone. Puck turned over. Johnston there. The goalie comes out to play it, helping out his defenseman, but Beck is there. Beck up with the puck, tries to slide it to Correa. Shot! And Colin Correa there for the tap-in. Beck and Correa. So mid-Fairfield takes advantage of the called-off goal for St. Louis and goes up 2-0 late in the first period. So Malefis at center. He's got Heckel out there with Vartanian, Klingenstein, and O'Neill. So the St. Louis coach is still very upset, because I think what he's saying is, and he may have a point here, is that the netting is loose. But that's more a problem with the rink. And I don't think either goalie was trying to knock them off, but the netting seems to fall off very quickly on both sides. I think that's his unhappiness. So you can hear the unhappy St. Louis fans in the background. Stolen by Vartanian, but stolen right back by St. Louis. Thrown out to O'Neill, over to Klingenstein. St. Louis with the steal. Out into the slot, shot. Deflects off a mid-Fairfield player. Malefis now with full head of steam, but turns it over in the neutral zone. Heckel now gives chase. The goalie fields it, throws it out to his player in the corner. Heckel now tied up, along with Vartanian. Puck now out to St. Louis. Klingenstein now back with the puck, and that'll be the end of the first period. We'll take a very short break and be right back with you. Hey, Kevin, I may be a second coming back. We're good. All right, sorry about that, folks. All right, and start of the second period here. And here comes St. Louis through the neutral zone, chips it into the mid-Fairfield zone. St. Louis able to keep it in. St. Louis back up with it, shot that's deflected off of Hannah up into the netting. So, very good period out of mid-Fairfield. First period, got a little bit of puck luck. Mid-Fairfield's up 2-0. So Correa at the face-off, win by St. Louis. Shot, deflects off of Correa. St. Louis still up with a puck, but a gangle of mid-Fairfield players there to be able to steal it. St. Louis gets the turnover in their own zone. Harassed by Johnston. Still along the boards, players fighting for position. Back and forth, Correa and Schwartz emerge with the puck. Yoon now up with it, skates through the neutral zone. Long pass to Johnston. Tries to split the defenseman, unable to do so. Here comes St. Louis, gets around Correa, taps it over to his teammate Becker. Becker up with it from St. Louis, but loses the handle just above the face-off circle. St. Louis now, Becker with a shot, hits the side of the net. Henrik's now up with it from St. Louis, dumps it back in. Stolen by Yoon. He throws it out to Johnston, cross center ice. Thank you, Nish. Thank you. So O'Neill swings at the puck, manages to get it out of the mid-Fairfield zone. Malefis now into the St. Louis zone, looks cross ice, leaves it for O'Neill to Vartanian with a shot. It's turned away. St. Louis loses control. O'Neill there swings it to the other side of the ice. Malefis gets it over to Vartanian, who loses the handle, and there's going to be an icing on mid-Fairfield. 14:27 left in the second period.
Let's go Blues! Come on, boys!
Malefis at the center. St. Louis with a win. Shot that's sticked aside by Violante. Klingenstein able to get it out. Vartanian up to Heckel. Heckel with a shot. That's blockered to the side by the St. Louis goalkeeper. St. Louis now up with the puck. Turns it over in the mid-Fairfield zone, but now St. Louis with the puck in front of Violante. Violante is able to get a pad out and prevent the puck, or the player from shooting on the net, and Klingenstein's going to go off here. So Violante in perfect position to ride the player out. So St. Louis with a golden scoring chance, and Klingenstein with a big hit on the St. Louis player who's still down right now. So he's skating off under his own power. The refs are talking about it right now. Okay, so St. Louis is going to go on a power play here. Ref's going to skate over to the mid-Fairfield bench. So it looks like they're going to have to put an extra guy in the box. So it's going to be a 2 and 10 on Klingenstein. So Vartanian's going to head to the penalty box. So Mid-Fairfield will be without 2 players. Klingenstein will be gone for 10 minutes. So your penalty killers are Correa, Zoo, Kakaro, and Ruff. St. Louis loses the zone. Mishandles it at the blue line and knocks it out.
Go Blues!
So coach runs with the same group here. Ruff unable to get it fully out of the zone, but then the St. Louis player, I believe, just threw it up into the netting. So the face-off should be taken on the dot, just right outside the blue line. Correa at center. Correa with a win. He taps it in. It's going to be an icing, though. So 13-10 left in the second period. Mid-Fairfield on the penalty kill here.
Come on, Blues. Let's go.
Coach running with the same group again of penalty killers. St. Louis with a win. Shot that's sticked aside by Violante. St. Louis up with the puck. Looks to set up shot. Slides it over. Out in front, but intercepted by Zoo. But Rack keeps it in. St. Louis still with the puck. Tried the back door, but unable to connect. Keeling from St. Louis. Turns over the puck at the blue line. So there's going to be an offside here. 12:31 left.
Go Blues!
Go Blues.
Malefus at center. He's got Hannah out there with Schwartz and Yoon. Stolen by Hannah, who taps the puck in behind the St. Louis netminder. St. Louis up with it in their own zone. Harassed by Malefus. St. Louis still with the puck. And stolen by Mid-Fairfield, but stolen back by Becker. And deflects off a Mid-Fairfield stick up into the netting. 12:04 left in the second period. 24 seconds left in the penalty. So in 24 seconds, we'll be skating even 5-a-side, but Klingenstein will have to sit in the box for another 8 minutes.
10.
Well, he's been in there for 2 already.
Starts after the 2.
Oh, so yeah, you're right. So another 10. So Klingenstein will be gone for most of the second period. Oh, nice play by the St. Louis defenseman, Harrison. Drop pass and saved by Violante. St. Louis still up with the puck. So skating even, shot off of Violante's blocker. St. Louis is humming now and turned it over. And here comes Ludke. He's got a breakaway. St. Louis races back. Ludke now with the puck, unable to get a clean shot. The back-checking St. Louis defenseman caught up to Ludke. And we're going to have a stop play here. We're going to have another penalty on St. Louis. So St. Louis is going to head now to the penalty box. So at 11:13 left in the second period, Mid-Fairfield will now go on a power play. So Beck at the face-off with Ludke, Schwartz, Heckel, and Coccaro. Coccaro up with it, leaves it for Schwartz. Coccaro at the top of the key switches places with Schwartz, who slides it over to Heckel. Heckel up with it, cross ice to Coccaro. Coccaro pitches in, has Beck there. St. Louis with a nice play to deny the entry pass into the slot. Schwartz now forced to retreat. Hits the brakes. Up to Coccaro. Back to Schwartz through the neutral zone, over to Heckel. Heckel's hammered into the glass. Ludke comes up with the rolling puck. Heckel now retreats into the corner, collects the errant pass. Heckel now at the top of the key, shot, loose out in front, off the pads of the goalkeeper, but St. Louis there to pick up the loose change. Throws it high off the glass, it's fielded by Schwartz. And now Ludke's up with the puck. Heckel now into the slot, shot, blocked by St. Louis. Ludke's still up with the puck. Turns it over, and St. Louis unable to get it out. Beck now up with it. Gets it to Heckel, back to Schwartz. Blue line shot. Unable to hit the net. Heckel now up with it. Rolling puck. Heckel settles it down. Throws it over to Schwartz. Back to Heckel. Over to Coccaro. Coccaro pinches in. Gets it to Heckel. Heckel unable to get a full shot on it. Schwartz now up with it. Gets it to Coccaro, who had pinched in, loose out in front. The St. Louis player lands on it. And once again, the net comes off its mooring. All right, we're gonna have some more penalties here, which we love. So Beck is now gonna head off for a cross check. So now St. Louis will go on the power play.
Go Blues! Come on! Let's go Blues!
Seems like one team or another has been on a power play or penalty kill almost the whole game. So Malefus at center. He's got Hannah out there with Yoon and Zoo.
Go Blues!
Muller facing off against Malefus. Malefus with the win, over to Zoo. Throws it to the other side, but St. Louis there to pick it up. St. Louis looks to set up shop. Hendricks now up with it. Hendricks with a shot that's sticked aside by Violante. Loose puck still. And the net came off its mooring. And the fans are groaning, but it's both nets. It's more of an equipment issue. Neither goalie's trying to knock them off, but they're just coming off very easily on both sides. As a goalie parent, though, you love seeing that. Malefus back at center. Win by St. Louis. St. Louis up with it. Nice poke check by Malefus. Rack skates behind Violante, hits the brakes, turns it over, and here's Hannah. He's got Malefus. Oh, beautiful. Nice play by the St. Louis defenseman, though, because Hannah had a streaking Malefus down the center of the ice and was going to saucer it over to him, but the St. Louis defenseman with a nice defensive effort to deny the pass. 1:08 left in the penalty to Beck. St. Louis up with it across the red line, dumps it in to the side of Violante. St. Louis unable to keep it in the zone, and Ruff gives chase. And there's going to be an offside here. want to thank Mr. Vartanian for assisting me with the water break. I ran around trying to find water in the intermission, and Mr. Vartanian with the assist to the broadcast. Feeling much better, less coughing. So St. Louis over the red line, but then retreat, cross ice pass, gains the mid Fairfield zone. A nice play by O'Neill to dislodge the puck. St. Louis bobs and weaves around. So mid Fairfield's going to go off for another penalty here. So a tripping call on Correa. So both teams guilty of quite a few indiscretions. So mid Fairfield for the next 21 seconds is going to have to kill off a 5-on-3. You've got Zoo out there with Malafis and Kakaro. Win by St. Louis. Malafis was tied up closer to the blue line. St. Louis with a shot, unable to hit the net. Cross ice, shot, deflects off a Zoo. Nice play by Malafis. He's got Beck, who just came out of the box, but mid Fairfield unable to connect, and there's going to be an offside here. 7 minutes left in the second period. So mid Fairfield able to kill off the 5-on-3. Now they're down 5-on-4. Yanni Malafis' eyes got big there. Thought he was going to have a shorthanded opportunity. But St. Louis defensemen so far helping out their goalie quite a bit in the second period. So Yoon and Heckel out there with Malafis and Schwarz. Schwarz now trying to dig it out. St. Louis still up with the puck. Hendricks now with it. Shot, unable to hit the net. Keeling now up with the puck. Tries to throw it in, but only mid Fairfield sticks. Stolen by Malafis. He's got Heckel streaking down the glass. Heckel unable to field it cleanly off his stick. Heckel still battling for the puck, but St. Louis just throws it out of their own zone, even though it's their power play. St. Louis looks to regroup with 20 seconds left. Into the mid Fairfield zone goes Steer. Gets by Schwarz. Loose out in front. So that time they were not going to call the net off. So St. Louis able to cash in. I don't think it was a power play goal, but it was just as it expired. So St. Louis is able to cut the lead in half, 2-1. So Violante did just about everything he could to keep that puck out.
Let's go Blues!
Stolen by mid Fairfield now is Hannah. Hannah with a shot off the St. Louis goalkeeper and up into the netting. So at 5:26 left in the second period, we've got a tight game here, 2-1. So you've got Hannah out there with Ruff and Johnston, Zoo and O'Neill out on D. Win by mid Fairfield, back to Zoo, who dumps it, but St. Louis is there with the steal. Muller enters the zone, slides it over, shot, and saved by Violante with the glove, and of course, the net came off its mooring once again. So St. Louis with a great scoring opportunity there, but Violante stands tall and able to keep the puck out of the net. Coach will run with the same group. St. Louis with the win. Violante got a stick on it, keep it from going up in the center. And Fairfield with a steal. Ruff able to dump in, throw it behind the St. Louis net. It's fielded by the St. Louis goalkeeper. Stolen back by mid-Fairfield. Now stolen back by St. Louis. And now stolen back by... Okay, I'm going to stop this. St. Louis now with the puck, but stolen again by mid-Fairfield. If you can't tell by my voice, there's a lot of back and forth turnovers in the neutral zone. St. Louis back up with the puck on the side of Violante, off the netting. Battle along the board, St. Louis and mid-Fairfield. Out to Harrison, shot, that's off a rough stick. Harrison tries to field it, can't get his full glove on it. It skips into the St. Louis zone. Long pass. St. Louis now up with it. Albany's overskates it a step, and mid-Fairfield races out. Stolen by St. Louis again. I think it's been a long weekend for both teams. Lots of turnovers. Lots of errant passes. Yu now forced to retreat behind the side of his goalkeeper. And here comes Lutke over center ice. Lutke gets by his defenseman but hits the brakes. Oh, puck got thrown back to Yoon, who's unable to handle it cleanly. Violante with it, gets it to Yoon. St. Louis now with the steal. Throwing it over to Harrison. Harrison winds up, shot! Oh, believe it deflected off of Violante, who lost sight of it for a second. Albany's now, St. Louis back and forth trying to set their teammates up. Some good passing by St. Louis into the slot. Mallon with a shot. Goes high up into the air. Shot. A hit, I believe that hit off of Albany's, the St. Louis player. Mid-Fairfield able to get it out of their own zone. Mid-Fairfield now back and forth passing. Correa with an opportunity, just couldn't handle it cleanly in front of the St. Louis goalkeeper. Puck thrown out. So Violante was at first going to field the puck with his stick, then thought about it, and the puck skipped actually between his pads, but fortunately he was off to the side of the netting, so there was an icing there. So Malefis at center. He's got Vartanian out there with Heckel. Schwartz and O'Neill out on D. Heckel now leaves it for O'Neill. Shot on the ice. Deflected off by the goalkeeper. Heckel now circles around into the sideboards. Malefis now up with it. Malefis, oh, he's got Vartanian out in front, but the puck skips over to the St. Louis goalkeeper instead. So right now, 2:17 left in the second period. Mid-Fairfield clinging to a 2-1 lead right now over St. Louis. Win by Malefis, shot by Heckel into the glove of the St. Louis goalkeeper. Just as a reminder, there's going to be an ice cut in between the second and third period. It lasts about 10 minutes, so we'll be off the broadcast for then. Win by Malefis, back to Heckel, back to O'Neill. Dumps it off into the corner. Malefis battling. St. Louis gets a stick on it. Mid-Fairfield forcing the issue. Shot by Heckel. Nice save by the St. Louis goalkeeper to keep it out. Turnover. Malefis now gets by the defenseman and unable to get it over to Heckel. The St. Louis goalkeeper gives Vartanian a love tap, who was within stick's reach. Coach goes for some fresh legs. He's got Hannah out there with Ruff and Johnston. Zoo and Kakaro out on D. Win by Mid-Fairfield. Johnston in control, gets it to Kakaro. Kakaro to Johnston. Shot, unable to hit the net. Kakaro's there to tap back in. Johnston with a nice pass, shot by Hannah, deflects off a couple of players. Zoo pinches in, try to force the puck, and does. Zoo now up with it, shot off the pad. Oh, beautiful opportunity for Hannah. Vinny Zoo had pinched in, shot the puck off of the goalie's pads, and Owen Hannah there for the tap-in. And Mid-Fairfield, with 1:06 left in the second period, goes up 3-1 over St. Louis. Now Klingenstein is finally out of the box, so Mid-Fairfield will get back a defenseman. So Correa at center.
Let's go, Blues! Get it back!
Klingenstein retreats over into the corner. Moore now up with a puck. Shot! Sticked aside by Violante. Klingenstein tries to poke it out. St. Louis keeps it in. Klingenstein fields the puck, tries to knock it out, and finally does. And he's got Beck there. Beck now into the St. Louis zone. Leaves it for Klingenstein. Tried to get a shot, but a stick lift by a St. Louis player. And they're going to call an offside here. So Correa at center. He's got Lukey out there with Beck, Schwartz, and O'Neill. St. Louis now up with a puck. Behind Violante, 23 seconds left. Turned over in the slot. Rack dumps it back in for St. Louis again. Shot sticked aside by Violante. 10 seconds left. And Mid-Fairfield and St. Louis are tied up on the corner boards. And that's it. So we'll end the second period. Mid-Fairfield 3, St. Louis 1. We'll take about a 10-minute break, and then we'll be back in a little bit. Bring you to the third period.
What's that? Higher, man. Sound bad.
All right, and welcome back. We'll get going in just about a minute or so here. Hopefully my voice can make it through the third period. And we've got a good game going here so far. Made Fairfield up 3-1 in the third period. Lots and lots and lots of penalties. And some nets coming off the mooring quite a bit during the game. But you see live that Coach Graggs is talking to Coach Letty, with Coach Letty over there to the team. St. Louis bench talking to their team. So we'll start off with Correa at center. He's got Beck out there with Johnston. Zhu and Picaro out on D. Correa is ready to go as always. Puck drop, win by mid-Fairfield over to Zhu. Taps it over to Picaro. Correa now gains the zone. Oh, deceptive shot by Correa. He's got that shot where he looks like he's going to shoot, waits a second, and then shoots. Almost got the goalkeeper there. St. Louis dumps it out of their zone. Picaro gives chase. Picaro leaves it for Correa. The only St. Louis player there with Correa. Shot, unable to hit the net. Beck now up with it. Beck loses the handle. St. Louis now up with it on the side of Violante. St. Louis with a behind-the-back pass, but it goes straight to Johnston, who gains the St. Louis zone. Gets by his defenseman, but loses the handle. Goes crashing into the end board. Puck's still loose. Johnston now back up. Side of the net. Yoon pitches in, shot off the side of the net. Correa now with it. St. Louis able to get it out. Keeling gets by mid-Fairfield's defense, shot over the net. Stolen by mid-Fairfield. Yoon races out. Slides it over to Malefus. But just an over-eager mid-Fairfield player causes an offside. 15-19 left in the third period. Mid-Fairfield up 3-1. Malefus at center with Heckel and Vartanian. Puck skips by Yoon. Violante fields it, gives it back to Yoon, throws it over to Schwarz. Long pass over to St. Louis though. And St. Louis threw it into the mid-Fairfield zone, causing an offside. So we'll start this over again, right by the St. Louis blue line. Malefus at center. Win by St. Louis. Dumps it in the mid-Fairfield zone to the side of Violante. And Vartanian throws it out of the mid-Fairfield zone. Yu now retreats, collects the puck. St. Louis keeps it in. St. Louis behind Violante. St. Louis still in control. Becker now able to keep the puck in. Out to Mallon. Mid-Fairfield able to force it out. Mallon has to retreat in his own zone for St. Louis. Heckel now Tried to keep it in. Albanese, though, with the steal, but turns it over to Malafis. Back to Albanese from St. Louis. Harassed by Malafis the whole way. But only St. Louis is there to collect the puck. Klingenstein now up with it across the blue line. Klingenstein with the puck, unable to get a shot on, stick lifted by St. Louis. And the puck turned over to Ruff. But back to St. Louis. Ruff with a nice check. Dislodged the puck. Leaves it for O'Neill. Leaves it back for Ruff. Circles around. Lucas Ruff with some nifty skating. Get away from the St. Louis players. Ludke now up with it. Ludke behind the net. Ludke with a shot. Bounces off the St. Louis goalkeeper. Gives it to O'Neill. But here's St. Louis. Loose out in front, but it's sticked aside by Violante. Back to the St. Louis defenseman. Shot! Sticked aside by Violante. Thrown behind Violante. And the puck skims out. Hanna now up with it. Shot! And it's sticked aside. Ludke now up with it. Back over to Hanna. To Coccaro. Nice save by the St. Louis goalkeeper. Coccaro was there for the tap-in. Stolen by Johnston, who leaves it for Coccaro. Coccaro toe drags, loses the handle in the slot, and St. Louis throws it out. Sue now fields, gives it to Johnston, gains the zone. Back to Beck. Shot, loose out in front. St. Louis collects. Keeling now races over Coccaro with a big hip check to dislodge the puck. Big hit by Carey behind the goalkeeper. St. Louis now up with it. And stolen by mid-Fairfield. Johnston with it. Swept aside by St. Louis. Zoo tries to field it. Turnovers back and forth with both teams. Zoo now up with the puck. Slides it to Vartanian, who misfires. It's going to be a delayed penalty on mid-Fairfield. Or sorry, on St. Louis. My apologies. Violante raced out of the net, and the St. Louis player is going to head to the box. Steer from St. Louis will head to the box, and he's unhappy with the call for tripping. He's certainly selling his unhappiness to the ref. All right, so Malafis, Johnston, and Heckel will be out there with Schwartz and Yoon. Win by mid-Fairfield with the setup shot. Malafis now slides it over to Heckel, misfires on the pass. Heckel, though, retrieves out to Schwartz, over to Malafis. Nice play by Muller from St. Louis to steal the puck, but only knocks it over to the side where Heckel's waiting. Heckel gets it over to Yoon. To Johnson, unable to get a clean shot on it, but Malafis there with a behind-the-back pass to Heckel. St. Louis bench screaming for a call, but nothing from the ref. Schwartz now up with it, over to Malafis. Skating through a bunch of St. Louis players. Turnover to St. Louis, but Heckel there for the steal. Schwartz now enters the zone, and they're going to call an offside on mid-Fairfield. So 10:06 left in the third period. Mid-Fairfield up 3-1 over St. Louis. Mid-Fairfield on a power play here. Next 59 seconds. Hannah at the face-off. Win by St. Louis. St. Louis unable to get it out of their zone. Stolen by Malafis. Shot by Hannah. Goes whistling by the net. Mid-Fairfield setting up. Ludke over to Zoo. Back to Ludke. Ludke skates around, throws it out to Zoo. Zoo fakes the shot, gives it to Kakaro. Kakaro still with the puck. Tries to give and go with Hannah. Hannah now up with it. Nice play by St. Louis to kill off the penalty here. Mid-Fairfield unable to get any quality shots on net. So we're going to skate even. St. Louis back up with it. They're going to try a stretch pass, but intercepted by Kakaro. St. Louis back up with it. Steer now enters the mid-Fairfield zone. Shot, and he beats Violante. So 8:49 left.
Same kid, second.
Yeah. So Fairfield goes back to Violante, give him a glove tap, encourage their goalie. But St. Louis has now cut the lead in half for Mid-Fairfield, down to 1 goal. So 8:49 left. Malafis with the win, enters the St. Louis zone. Malafis now alone in front and goes down to the ice. Heckel now up with it, but he's harassed by a player, causes a turnover from St. Louis, who then turns it over in the neutral zone. Heckel back up with it. Over to Klingenstein, who fields it with his skates, gets it to Malafis. Malafis slides it over to Vartanian, who dumps in the corner. Malafis gives chase. And high over O'Neill's head. And there should be an icing here. And so we'll stop play at 8:05 left in the third period. Mid-Fairfield up 3-2. So you've got Correa at center with Johnston and Beck. Yoon and Schwartz on D. Yoon races over to keep the puck in. St. Louis with the steal. Just Keeling, just a little over-eager with one step. And he's looking up into the roof because he knew he had an opportunity for a shot on Violante. Correa back at center with Beck and Johnston. Johnston with the steal. Splits the defenseman. The goalie comes out to play it. Johnston slides it over to Beck out in front. St. Louis defenseman's there to field it. Up to Keeling from St. Louis. Steer is out in front of Violante. I think he's got both goals for St. Louis. Dangerous player, number 8. And he's got the puck behind Violante, but he's harassed by Kakaro. And turns over the puck to Zoo. Tries throwing it out to Johnston, hits off the side of his pads. Keeling back up with it, slides it up. Slides it over to Steer, shot onto Violante with a beautiful glove save. So Violante flashing the leather on Steer from St. Louis. Keep St. Louis from tying up the game here. Hannah at the face-off. Ruff taps it back over to Klingenstein. Klingenstein's tied up. St. Louis back up with the puck. behind the back pass. It doesn't work for St. Louis, and here comes Ludke. He's got Ruff in tow with Hannah. Oh, Lucas Ruff was there for the tap in. Ludke unable to just get that pass saucered over. St. Louis lifts it high up into the air into the netting. So it's 6:32. We're going to stop play here and have a face-off. Hannah at the center. He's got Ruff out there. And Ludke off his shoulder. St. Louis with the win. Heller lifts it out of the zone. Nice pass to Muller from St. Louis. And Albany's there for a second, but beautiful steal by Hannah. St. Louis turns it over in the neutral zone. Klingenstein there battling for possession. And Albany's from St. Louis up with the puck now. Slides it over to Heller from St. Louis. Gains the mid-Fairfield zone. Dumps it behind Violante, the mid-Fairfield goalkeeper. Ludke with a big hit. Ludke now up with the puck. He's got 3 St. Louis players on him. One of them steals the puck, but nice play. Heckel now up with a big shot. Can't hit the net. Out in front is Ludke, unable to hit the net again, and St. Louis is able to slide the puck out. Yoon now collects, gives to Heckel, who dumps in. Vartanian along the glass forces the puck to go behind the St. Louis goalkeeper. Yoon now up with it, shot, tipped by Malefis. Malefis back up with the tip, gives it to Vartanian, back to Malefis. Heckel now retreats into the corner. Heckel now slides it out to Yoon, who shoots and hits Malefis. Puck goes skimming into the opposite corner. St. Louis now up with it. Temporarily stolen, but then deflected off of Becker from St. Louis. Now the teams are battling for possession in the neutral zone. Shores finally looks to settle things down. He's forechecking 2 men by St. Louis onto Shores, who beats it. But then Heckel turns it over in the neutral zone. St. Louis turns it over right back. Malefis now racing down the ice. St. Louis goalkeeper comes out of his net to field the puck. Both teams struggling to maintain possession of the puck in the neutral zone. St. Louis settles it down. But again, turned over, and Yoon from mid-Fairfield up with the puck. Slides it over to Johnston, who gets by his defenseman. Shot! And tapped in. So Reese Johnson with the shot, but I think Beck got a stick on it because the puck went twirling up in the air, and I think Beck. Okay, so Beck's dad said that that Johnson gets the goal. So we're gonna credit that one to Reese Johnston. So mid-Fairfield up 4-2. Big goal here late in the third period. And here comes Johnston again. He's got Beck off the wing. Beck gets there, taps back over to Johnston. So coach giving him an extra shift after they score the goal. Correa able to keep in to Johnston, who throws it to the opposite end. And here comes St. Louis. Kelsey tries to get by Caccaro. Turns over the puck to Zoo. St. Louis with the steal out in front of Violante. Off of Violante's chest. Puck still loose though. Violante keeping St. Louis off the board. St. Louis dumps back in. Steer now with the puck out in front. Puck still loose. The goalie's pulled from St. Louis. So with 2:36, coach is going with it 6-on-5. So Mallon with a shot that's fielded by Zoo. And finally out of the mid-Fairfield zone, Albanese collects from St. Louis, tries to get through a couple of mid-Fairfield players, does, but then finally turns it over in the slot, and Zoo's able to sweep it aside. St. Louis, though, back in control of the puck, turns it over, and is slapped out by Johnston. So we're gonna have an icing at 2-0, actually 2 even. So coach is going to call a timeout, I believe, from St. Louis. Got 2 minutes left to play in the third period. So if Mid-Fairfield can hold on here, they will end the weekend at 2-2. But they've got some room, they've got some work to do here. 2 minutes left. St. Louis humming around the Mid-Fairfield zone. They've pulled their goalie, so it's going to be a 6-on-5 shot. Deflects off of the mid-Fairfield stick up into the netting. So Hannah is out there with Klingenstein, O'Neill, Ruff, and Ludke. Puck goes whistling behind Violante. St. Louis keeps it in. Stick to side by Violante. Klingenstein gets a stick on it, forces it into the side. Big hit from Klingenstein, forces the St. Louis player to the ice. And now here comes Mid-Fairfield. Hannah now across center ice, shot! And puts in the empty netter. Owen Hannah with the empty net goal. Mid-Fairfield goes ahead 5-2. So Hannah will get the next shift at center. O'Neill dumps in off the St. Louis player. Stolen by Ludke. St. Louis with a shot that's gloved by Violante to stop play here. 1:13 left in the third period. So Malefus at center, St. Louis with the win, but Malefus with the steal. And Fairfield just throws it out, but Muller keeps it in, but then turns over the puck at center ice. Back and forth, the turnovers go. Up along the glass. So Heckel's going to head off. Delayed penalty. I'm not sure why the ref called it because I believe it's on Heckel.
I think it's maybe both of them.
So with 41 seconds left, Heckel and a St. Louis player get into it. So Heckel is going to head to the locker room a little early, along with the St. Louis player. So the ref admonishing the mid-Fairfield players to get away while he sorts this out. So I believe Braden Heckel and the player from St. Louis have headed off to the locker rooms. Really was just a lot of pushing and shoving. So they're just content, I believe, to leave it as is. So it's 5 on, no? Yeah, 5. So yeah, it should be 5 on 5 here. Malefis at center with Correa and Yoon and Schwartz. So just offsetting penalties. The ref's trying to explain it to the St. Louis bench.
40 seconds.
Cullen Correa exchanging Christmas card addresses possibly with one of the players from St. Louis. So we'll get restarted here. 40 seconds left. Malefis at center. He's got Vartani and Correa out there. Win by Malefis. Throws it into the St. Louis zone. And we'll have an icing here. Sometimes you just wish the refs would just, was icing probably by about 10 inches, but just let the clock run down and let these kids get off the ice. Malefis at center. Win by mid-Fairfield. Thrown out. Vartanian now, he's got Malefis there. Malefis, oh, he just whiffed on the shot. The second shot actually went off the goalkeeper. Correa now up with it, shot, and it's gloved by the St. Louis goalkeeper. So Johnston with the win. Dumps the puck in the corner to Beck, who turns and shoots. And St. Louis throws it down. Klingenstein retreats. Ref waves off the icing wisely. Klingenstein up with the puck. And that's it. So we will head off. And mid-Fairfield with a win over St. Louis. And we will see you next weekend as we're home against the Wolfpack and Elite. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next weekend.
Yeah, sure.